Aloha and welcome to Dr. Matt's Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Facebook Live. My name is Deanne. Aloha, and I am filling in for Dr. Matt today. Dr. Matt is literally on a plane on his way to Erie to be with family, and so I'm filling in. And I just wanted to share with you all that I'm so excited to actually do this. I just came from San Diego. I taught a practitioner with one of our lead trainers, Nicole Giuliani, who crushed it. I'm so proud of her journey. I haven't taught with her since 2020 during COVID. And so it was a nice reunion. We had an amazing group, and maybe some of you who are watching this was there in San Diego. We also had Dr. Matt Vallon, who was in San Jose. Hello, Billy. Hello, Matthew. Welcome to the Facebook Live. And it was great. It was fun. I hadn't taught a prac in a while. And what I wanted to talk about today, which is us just geeking out on language, and I wanted to talk about nominalizations because I got to teach a segment in NLP that I don't usually get to teach, and it's meta model. So for those of you who are familiar with this concept, meta model is the ability to take language and know that everything that we're saying, that we're speaking, is just an ambiguous label, and meta model is the process of chunking down and finding out what's really going on with someone. And I love nominalizations because it was one of those concepts that took me years, by the way. I learned NLP a decade ago, and it took me years to get what it meant. One of the questions that we ask to determine whether something is a nominalization is, can you put it in a wheelbarrow? And I was confused for a while. One example that really stuck with me that is a nominalization, because nominalizations are processes that we've turned into nouns. We've turned into a thing. Hi, Sandy. Aloha. And one of the nominalizations that I love is the word relationship. So a couple of months ago, I'm in a relationship with a guy named Joe. For those of you guys who are students, you've met him. And Joe and I were having some challenges, and I found myself thinking to myself that, man, this relationship sucks. And I thought that. And, some of us have this idea of the ideal relationship, or this, we wrote down what our ideal relationship is and what it looks like and what components are a part of it. And in my head, I remember thinking like, man, this relationship is sucking right now. And I had to pause and tell myself, I'd say, wait a minute, the relationship is not a thing. Yes, I know in some therapeutic modalities, they say there's you, the other person, and the relationship. There is a relationship aspect, but in the moment, it wasn't serving me to think about it that way, because I was putting this relationship, making it into a thing, when I said, wait a minute, what am I doing here? A relationship is the process of relating to another person. It's the process of connection. It's the process of being with. And so I was complaining about my relationship. However, how was I not relating to my partner? How was I not connecting to them? How was I not building rapport or being truly with them? I was externalizing the problem and pointing the finger at the relationship. And so this is how denominalization, or taking words that are nominalizations and breaking them up into processes using, if you don't know what meta model is, it's just you're chunking down, you're drilling into what's really going on. So I hope you guys could hear how this was profound for me, and I teach this stuff, and so I had to sit there and go, how am I not relating to my partner? And so it got me to get out of the negative trance that I was in. It got me out of the problem state. So now let's give you guys a couple of other examples of nominalizations. Self-worth, self-love, right? So self-worth is a thing that we want. It's a thing that we aspire to have, or self-love is a new buzzword in the personal growth and development community, which, by the way, personal growth and development is a nominalization. And so it's really a process. Sometimes you can want something, and maybe you think if you have it, that's the end state, that you want to attain it. And self-worth is, how are you not giving yourself worth? Or maybe you've distorted the idea of what worthiness is. Self-love, how are you not giving yourself love? Peace. Peace is a good one. You know, right now I just watch the news. On the other side of the world or in parts of the planet, there's war or battles going on. You know, we can go out there and we can say we want peace, we want world peace. Well, peace is a nominalization. It's this thing that you want, but it's actually a process. So who's not being peaceful to whom? How are you not being peaceful with the other people in your life or in your immediate environment? Sometimes we go global. We want to solve the world's problems, but how are you not being peaceful with the closest relationships that you have, including yourself? How are you not peaceful inside of yourself? Love is a big nominalization. Communication is a nominalization. Health is a nominalization. We want physical health, mental health, emotional health. But really, that's a process. So you want to ask yourself, what am I really looking for here? Let's see. Abundance and prosperity is a nominalization. Abundance is this thing people say, I want abundance, I want prosperity. But it's something that you can't really attain unless you ask yourself what that really means, and to chunk down and ask yourself specific questions of how you know you have that. That's why I love NLP, is because it asks us to take these big picture ideas and ask ourselves, what will you see? What will you hear? What will you think? What will you say to yourself? How do you know when you've attained these things? Spirituality is a nominalization. And so to chunk down and get out of these big picture ideas. You know, the reason why I wanted to geek out on this today is because many of us are just becoming more aware of how powerful our words are. And you know, Joseph, I have a toddler, I have a 20-month toddler, and he's learning how to speak, and how we speak and the language that we speak is also how we think. So our thoughts create this reality. And so I want you to just observe, what are some nominalizations that you think to yourself, that you say to yourself, that maybe it's time for you to chunk down. Maybe it's time for you to just step away and put it back into a process so that you can begin to become aware of what you're really truly aiming at. So I hope that you all have a wonderful and amazing week ahead of you. Next week, Dr. Matt will be back here doing these Facebook Lives. Aloha and a hui ho. And also just want to let you guys know, we're going to be in Boston this weekend. We have a couple more practitioner trainings for the rest of the year. We'll be in West Palm Beach. I'll be teaching with Nicole in Phoenix, and there's also an Orange County training. So if you are interested in attending a practitioner training or sending someone that you love or a friend or anyone that you know to a training, have them visit nlp.com for the dates and the details. I hope you all have a wonderful